Alright, so we gotta talk about the new Mass Effect trailer. I am reserving judgment until we get more information. But the prospect of a continuation of the Andromeda story, at least for the next installment after the remaster, it's not looking good. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know my feelings on Andromeda and how much I want a sequel. If we're going back to the Milky Way in this next game, I am so incredibly concerned. For the moment, let's completely ignore the ending. Put it out of your mind. For the next 30 seconds, the ending to Mass Effect 3 doesn't exist. You can pretend Shepard just destroyed the Reapers if you want. Just push the endings out of your mind. Done that? Okay. The genophage may be cured, or the Krogan may be extinct. If Reeve was in charge and alone, and the genophage was cured, then the Krogan start a new galactic war. The Quarians may or may not be extinct. The Geth may or may not be extinct. If they're not, then they've lost one of the biggest things that made them cool, their networked intelligence. Tell me, do you want to return to a galaxy where any of these things are true? Maybe. Maybe some of them. Cured genophage with Rex and Eve could be cool. But the writers still have to write a galaxy for those people that sabotage the cure. And one for where Reeve is in control. And one for where Rex and or Eve aren't there. Quarians and Geth, they'd need to write 3 galaxies. One where the Quarians are extinct, one where the Geth are extinct, and one where they made peace. Now if we factor in the ending, they'll need to write a 4th option, one where they're both extinct. Synthesis effectively solves all conflict. That's a philosophical debate we're not going into. Control of the Reapers means the galaxy is basically being policed, so no more major galactic conflicts can really arise. I'll come back to that. Destroy gets rid of the Geth. Refusal, everyone's dead. Indoctrination theory, everyone's dead. Reapers win. Not sure why anyone would want that, but, you know, maybe they're indoctrinated. Now, in all the endings, supply lines for the entire galaxy are gone because the mass relays are severely damaged. Maybe some are still operational, but certainly not enough. It would take at least a year to repair enough of them to re-establish supply lines, during which time many surviving colonies would have erupted into civil wars over lack of resources. The only way the relays can be repaired in a reasonable amount of time is with control or synthesis, and synthesis is not a viable option for sequels. Control also removes a lot of possibilities for interesting stories, unless they want to take my advice and say Shepard used control to direct all the Reapers to fly into a sun to destroy them. So bottom line, even if they change the ending and choose something canon for the remaster, it still won't be the galaxy we fell in love with. They need to world build and write stories in galaxies for Geth and Quarians having peace, Geth being extinct, Quarians being extinct, Krogan being extinct, Krogan going to war with the rest of the galaxy, Krogan having peace under Rex's rule. You see what I mean? This is not feasible. If they choose a canon world state which appealed to most people, with having Rex lead the cured Krogan and the Quarians and Geth having peace, there would still be a ton of people who would be unhappy with that. Some people genuinely wanted to see the Quarians or Geth or Krogan go extinct. Now imagine, say, 500 years later. All these different world states. Do you think they'd each be similar to the others? They could certainly write it that way, but would that be satisfying? This is why I didn't want to return to the Milky Way. The ending doesn't matter. Maybe they'll surprise me and come up with a super satisfying way to incorporate all these different possibilities. Like I said, I'm reserving judgment. So, here's hoping this all works out. I'm praying for you, Mass Effect. Godspeed.